A lot, ladies. Never forget, our enemies want to take away my freedom because I will never let them take away your freedom. And in the end, they're not after me, they're after you. I'm just standing in their way. I'm standing in their way. This is far more than a campaign. This is far more than a campaign. We're all involved in a great political movement, the greatest such movement ever in the history of our country. I mean, there's never been a movement like this, not even close. And now it looks, I mean, if you look at the polls, we're winning every swing state. We're winning states that nobody's even thought about. After years of betrayals of New Hampshire workers, together we ended the NAFTA disaster, the worst trade deal ever made, and replaced it with the brand new USMCA, that's Mexico and Canada, the best trade deal ever made. I appointed nearly 300 federal judges and 3 great Supreme Court justices. We achieved the most secure border in U.S. history. We built over 500 miles of border wall. They like to say, oh, it was less. It's not. It's much more than that. And we got Mexico to give us 28,000 soldiers free of charge. So when they say about Mexico, I saw some guy in the debate say, oh, Mexico gave us 28,000 soldiers. They said they're going to pay for the war, but there was no mechanism for that. You know, sometimes you don't have. I said, you got to give us soldiers. You got to give us. Right now, we have the biggest caravans in history coming up. Right now, they're coming up. I got them to give us free of charge 28,000 soldiers. Now, I didn't tell you. I said to them, if you don't do that, we're going to tariff every product that you sell into the United States at approximately 25%. And they said, we would love to give you those soldiers. On my first day back in the Oval Office, I will terminate every open borders policy of the Biden administration. Stop the invasion. This is an invasion. This is like a military invasion. We'll stop the invasion on our southern border and begin the largest domestic deportation operation in American history. I will immediately restore and expand the Trump travel ban on entry from terror-plagued countries, which was a big thing. You know, we had no terror during my administration. The only terror we had was Nancy Pelosi, who's a crazed lunatic. She's a lunatic. She is a crazed lunatic. What the hell was going on with her husband? Let's not ask. Let's not ask. I'll withdraw that statement. By the way, she's got a wall around her house. Obviously, in that case, it didn't work very well, did it? It didn't work. And I'll implement strong and ideological screenings for all immigrants. And if you hate America, if you want to abolish Israel, if you sympathize with jihadists and people that hate our country, because they're not getting in, then we will stop. Because then you have to just go for the other side. If you hate America, you have to go for the other side. We will stop Joe Biden's inflation disaster immediately and rebuild the greatest economy in the history of the world. We had that. And unlike Ron DeSanctimonious, who wants a 23% national sales tax on everybody in this room, which would devastate New Hampshire, would devastate your economy, would go to hell. I'll give you tax cuts, regulation cuts, interest rate cuts like you've never seen before. You know, I gave you the largest tax cut in the history of our country, larger than the Reagan tax cuts, and I gave you the largest regulation cuts. That's why we had the best job numbers ever. I will approve pipelines and infrastructure to cut through the cost of energy. And, you know, if you had a pipeline going through New York State, your energy costs will be less than half. Do you know that? And they couldn't. Do you know that? You have the highest energy costs in the nation. Your governor ought to work on that one, too. You pay more than any other state in the nation. And with a simple pipeline going through New York State, your energy costs would be cut in less than half. You would get all the energy you need, but they can't get it done. And I had it just about done until COVID came in. I had it done, but I had to get Democrat approval. And you would have had it, but we'll get it done very quickly, very, very quickly. Unlike Ron DeSantis, the other day on NBC, they said, ladies and gentlemen, we're pleased to have as our guest Governor Ron DeSantis. That's called great branding, when you brand a guy so strong that they don't even know what his name is anymore. Unlike DeSantis, I will protect Social Security and Medicare for our great seniors. He was not good on Social Security and Medicare. On day one, I'll sign a new executive order to cut federal funding of any school pushing critical race theory, transgender. No, but can you believe you even have to say it? Pushing critical race theory, transgender insanity, and other inappropriate racial, sexual, or political content on our children. How about we will stop the sexual mutilation of your children? Can you believe? No. Can you believe you have to say that? Can you imagine if somebody got up here 15 years ago and made the statement, we will stop the sexual mutilation of your children? They'll say, is this guy... No, we will stop it. Can you believe this, that you have to say it? I will not give 1 penny to any school that has a vaccine mandate or a mask mandate. And the other thing, and I said it, I alluded to it before, but who would ever think that this is even a possibility? I will keep men immediately out of women's sports. Can you believe it? That you have to say that. It's embarrassing to say it because people, you know, people from 20 years ago, if they came back 30 years ago, probably 10 years ago, if they came back and heard some of the things that I'm saying we're going to do, they're going to say, that place has really gone bad. I will fully uphold the Second Amendment as I did. Not a change was made. And I will continue to protect innocent life. We will restore free speech, and I will secure our elections once and for all, and we will do it properly. And in conclusion, this is what we must do to restore our country to greatness. The USA is a mess. Israel is under attack. Our economy is cratering. Inflation is totally out of control. China, Russia, Iran, North Korea have formed together as a menacing and destructive coalition like probably we've never seen before. Our currency is crashing. I will soon no longer think of it. It's soon going to not be the world standard based on what's happening right now, which will be the greatest defeat. Once our currency is no longer the world standard, that will be the greatest defeat that we've had as a country in 200 years. Then we will revert to third world status. It won't happen with me, not even a little chance, just like Russia would never have invaded Ukraine. China would not even have thought about raiding Taiwan. And the attack on Israel would never have happened again. Iran had no money. They were broke. We would have left Afghanistan with dignity and strength instead of our greatest embarrassment in history with the loss, and I'm so sorry, but the loss of your children and your family. If you took the 10 worst presidents in the history of the United States and added them up, they would not have done near the destruction to our country as Joe Biden and the Biden administration have done. We are a failing nation. We are a nation in serious decline, and now these radical left lunatics want to interfere with our elections by using law enforcement. It's totally corrupt, and we will not let it happen. If you want to save America from Crooked Joe and then get you have to go out, you have to really do it. We have to do it. You know, the one way we win like you've never seen before, we have to slam it on Election Day. We have to come up with votes. Because there's a point at which they're cheating, can't get it done. There's a point at which the cheating can't get it done. So get every patriot you know and get them out to deliver a massive victory in the primary, but honestly, more importantly in the election, the primary. Let's get the primary done first. We'll be back here many times, but we got to get the primary done first. So join our campaign by visiting nh.donaldjtrump.com or text Trump to 88022. Okay? 2024 is our final battle. With you at my side, and you've been at my side from the beginning, we will demolish the deep state. We're going to expel those horrible, horrible warmongers from our government. They want to fight everybody. They want to kill people all over the place, places we've never heard about before, places that want to be left alone. We will drive out the globalists. We will cast out the communists, Marxists, fascists. We will throw off the sick political class that hates our country. We will rout the fake news media until they become real. We will evict Joe Biden from the White House, and we will finish the job that we started better than anybody has ever started a job before. The great silent majority is rising like never before, and under our leadership, the forgotten man and woman will be forgotten no longer. You're going to be forgotten no longer. With your help, your love, and your vote, we will put America first. And today, especially in honor of our great veterans on Veterans Day, we pledge to you that we will root out the communists, Marxists, fascists, and the radical left thugs that live like vermin within the confines of our country, that lie and steal and cheat on elections and will do anything possible. They'll do anything, whether legally or illegally, to destroy America and to destroy the American dream. The real threat is not from the radical right. The real threat is from the radical left, and it's growing every day, every single day. The threat from outside forces is far less sinister, dangerous, and grave than the threat from within. Our threat is from within, because if you have a capable, competent, smart, tough leader, Russia, China, North Korea, they're not going to want to play with us. And they didn't. Despite the hatred and anger of the radical left lunatics who want to destroy our country, we will make America great again. Thank you, New Hampshire. God bless you. God bless you all. Thank you. God bless you all. Thank you.